And tell me when we're ready. Are we live? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, well, there we go. Outtakes in between the takes. All right. So, welcome, Nikita. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you coming on. We obviously met you briefly months ago now.
Yeah.
Must have been 6 months ago, and you're a good friend of 20's, which is cool to have you here. First of all, what I'm going to get you to do is, I think that camera right there, you can look staring right down the thing and tell everyone, like introduce yourself. What do you do? Where you come from?
Okay.
Who you are? What do you do for a living?
All right.
Yeah.
So my wait, this camera?
Yeah.
Okay. So my name's Nikita. I'm originally from South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
My parents came over here when I was like 1. I had no idea what I wanted to do when I left high school. I went to uni for 1 week.
Yeah.
And I was studying psychology for that 1 week.
Yeah.
And I quickly realized that's not for me. So I dropped out after a week and had to have a really difficult conversation with my mum. Because my mum and dad have like divorced when I was 9.
Okay.
So it's very like, you know, like your mum, your single mum, your kid's not going to uni now, all that stuff. And then now I'm a makeup artist and I work at Sephora. I've been working at Sephora since I was 19, so 2019 till now. But I also started freelancing and I kind of fell into the social media world as well.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the very thorough intro. I really appreciate it. I want you to take us back to the beginning of the social media world. Where did it start? How did it start?
Well, it first started when it was Instagram. I was like, I want to do makeup. Like, I'll just post my makeup looks and just see. I mean, not even just see. I just wanted to post them just because it was fun.
It's fun.
I had no job. I was like, what else am I going to do during my days? I'll do that. So I just started posting on Instagram and then that kind of gained a little bit of traction, nothing crazy. So I just continued doing that. And then in lockdown, I think it was 2020, I posted me making some pancakes on TikTok.
Yeah, I love it.
And that was that. I didn't think I'll be using TikTok like as like a creator. And then I would just post my makeup on there. And
is this it?
This is my pancake video.
Oh, I love it.
So I did that. And then I was just posting my makeup because obviously I wanted to be known for my makeup. But then I also posted me shaving my face because that's something I've always done since I was like 16. And then that blew up basically, and it kind of changed this whole platform for me because it got like 50 million views.
Shit.
And it was just
Is it in that playlist up the top?
Yeah, it should be.
Go to that playlist. Yeah, keep going. Sorry, carry on.
But yeah, so that's that. And then I had to take a break because I was getting a lot of hate and all that stuff. And I was like, I didn't sign up for all this. Like, I don't know what to do. But then I was like, no, like I can use this to my advantage. I want to be known for my makeup. I'll just use it off the back of this. Yeah. And then I just started posting my makeup videos, but I guess all people wanted was my shaving videos. So yeah, that's me now.
That's crazy. Can you just go back a bit? Because it's not that one, eh?
No, it's
go back into face shaving thing and scroll to the bottom.
It'll be that one.
That one there. 50 million, this one. That is crazy. When was that? 2021? Yeah. Oh, last year? Yeah. No, 2 years ago.
Before,
fuck. It's already 2023.
Yeah.
Tell me about the hate. What was the hate?
Oh, it was...
I mean, I can probably guess, but tell me what it was.
It was probably people just saying I'm like a man or like good luck getting a boyfriend and like just stuff like that. You're hairier than me or like stuff I've never heard before, basically. Yeah. So it was just that, and I just couldn't handle because it was one after the other. Yeah. And it's just like, you're going to grow a beard, you're going to be like this, and I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah. But yeah.
And how did you get away from that? Like, how did you make the other 19 videos that you did about?
I would talk to my partner a lot, and I just like vent to him, and he's like, you can use this platform now to just show your makeup because that's what you want to do. And I was like, yeah, like you're right. Like so I just did it, and I just kind of blocked everything out.
Cool. And does it affect you still?
No.
Nah. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
What in terms of like commentary? That can we go back to that 50 million one? How much of it was hate in there? Like, was it out of the, what have we got, 18,000 comments? I know you probably haven't gone through every single one and counted it, but like, what would you say as a percentage is?
I'd say it's like 70% hate, 30% like, oh, like I'm going to try this. Like, oh, I do this. I love this. Yeah.
That's interesting. So then if we go back to the 4.8 million one or whatever it was, that was more recent, the most recent one. Has anything changed about the comments? Like, would you still say it's 70-30?
No.
What would it be now?
It would, like, the hate's probably like 20%. And the rest is like, oh, I want to try this. I want to do this.
Yeah. That's super interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because like we see that all the time as well. Like if you stick to your guns and you go hard on something, people just get over it.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like last week when we had Hannah on, like she's got some interesting views of the world and like people take her, love her or don't, right? And that's fine. You don't, no one has to love everyone. But the more she does her thing and stands by her view on the world, the less hate she gets.
Definitely.
And I think it's and I wondered that because like I hadn't seen the 50 million one. I didn't scroll down far enough, but like I was reading these and I was like, actually, like most of this is like, how do you do that? Do you put stuff on your face? Like, do you use an oil? What do you do? You know, and I like, for me, like this is something like that. How do I put this? Like, it's not something you see a lot in media. Yeah. Right. That girls do this sort of thing. It's a male thing. Yeah, for sure. Gillette and all that sort of crap. But obviously it shows that there's so many people who need to figure it out, want to think about it.
Definitely.
And you find those people in time. And like we talk about this a lot, like the time in the market allows you to build the community that you need. Yeah. It's always going to be hate to begin with.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like
definitely.
My LinkedIn, I talk about not buying a house.
Yeah.
Because I'm not at all interested in getting a mortgage whatsoever. And I always do them pretty antagonistic just because, I mean, I love hate. I'm a bit of a theme for it. But like, it's gotten less the more often I talk about that topic. Like more and more people realize like, well, there's no point continuing to call him an idiot because he obviously doesn't give a fuck what we say.
Definitely.
But now I've got all these people who come out of the woodwork and who are like, I'm so happy you say that. Like, we don't want to do that either. Like, we'd rather build a business. We'd rather do this.
Definitely.
We think like we're the weird ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're not, right?
I'm like, it's funny you say that because I've like recently got into that mindset where I don't want to buy a house. I want to start a business and I want to do my own face shavers.
Yeah.
And
I thought I saw you do that.
Yeah.
Did you do it already? Didn't you
I haven't,
have a product?
it's not live. I have
You've been building a
samples.
product, Because you did a video on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew I'd seen it like months ago,
Yeah. So it's been in the works.
Tell me about that. I want to hear about it. Because I was actually like, it was going to be one of my questions and I couldn't find it. And I was like, oh, maybe she low-key just deleted it all or something. Tell me the story. Yeah.
So, well, basically, I'd never wanted to come out with face shavers. It's just something I did, but I had been done dirty by a couple of face shaving brands.
Okay.
And I was like, you've made so much money off me. Like, I ended up in like a Yahoo article or something, and they like stole my video from my TikTok that they didn't pay for, and they put like paid usage behind it. Yeah. So like they made like, I don't know, like I don't know if it was millions or I don't know how much they made, but they made a lot of money off it. And then it had happened to me before that. So I was like, oh, like, fuck this. Like, I'm just going to make my own face shavers and sell them because people are still like interested in them. It's still very new.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I never ever want to work with a face shaving company again. I just want to have my own.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just before we get into your business, like, did you like what did you do about that? Did you sue? Did you?
So I was with a agency at the time, so I messaged them to be like, hey, like, what's up with this? Yeah. They reached out and they're like, oh, they're a small business. There's nothing they can do about it. They'll apologize to you, and I never got an apology. So that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're a lawyer and you know this, I know that to not be true.
Yeah.
But fuck them.
Yeah.
Like, I guess there might be a small business, but like, then give me equity.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't pay me?
Yeah.
I want 20% of your company.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise, fuck you. Like, sue them. Like, you can't do that. Like, you can't steal content. You can't steal content unless, of course, the only way they can get away with it is if your settings were wrong. Because in TikTok it allows for settings to say you can be done. You know how like in your settings it's got like can be ad sponsored content, allow anyone to use. And some people allow that on TikTok because actually if a company goes and puts $1 million spend behind your video, your face is in front of everyone. And so some people are okay with it. Like depending on the brand, I would probably let it happen depending on the brand. But as long as like I reckon it's still worth talking to a lawyer.
Yeah, you reckon?
How long ago was it?
Oh, would have been last year. Last year.
I can't remember the statute of limitations, but like which essentially says if it's not done within a certain time frame, you can't do anything about it.
Right? Yeah, of course.
I'd still have a look into it.
Yeah, because they like they had paid me $500 for an Instagram reel. Yeah, it was an Instagram reel, and it was like completely different. This was like this. I made that video like months after, I think. Just like because I used the face shavers. I didn't tag them or anything. I said, like, when people ask me, oh, like, what brand is this? I would tag them in the comments. Be like, oh, it's this brand. And then they took the video because they saw it was doing well and they put paid like dodgy thing behind it. And they didn't actually tag me in it. I had other people tag me like, hey, isn't this you? Like you haven't credited you.
That's dodgy.
Yeah.
You know, even like we get heaps. You probably get some stuff as well, but like you get heaps of people who go, you know, they're the accounts that share stuff. That, you know, send you like release forms, right? Because even them who aren't necessarily putting spend behind or monetizing anything, they understand that we're not going to get fucked over because we're sharing some content.
That's
I mean, some of their contracts are real dodgy. Like I had one from, I think it was like Lad Bible or something. It was literally like, you give us permission to use every piece of content from this day forward.
Oh my god!
Like, so what? You own my channel? Like, no,
shit.
fucking crazy. Anyway, okay, we get off that topic because that is quite interesting, and I think you should look into it. But in terms of your business, tell me about where's the journey? Where are you up to? I mean, you don't have to give away secrets like Hannah did last week, but like, where are you up to? What's the plan?
So basically, I ordered a new sample off a new supplier because I wanted to tweak it. I also wanted to see if I can get it a bit cheaper because it was going to be like 30,000 units or something like that. And I was like, look, this is like, I don't have the capacity to sell that. What if I don't sell that? If it's just going to lay there? So I found someone that can do 3,500 units. And I was like, okay, that's a lot better. But I'm just waiting for the samples to come just to make sure that I'm happy with it and use them a couple more times. I've also changed the packaging. I've made the website and stuff. I don't actually have a marketing plan though. I'm just...
Well, you're the marketing plan, aren't you?
Yeah, that's basically what I thought is I'm just going to keep kind of promoting it how I have been and just see how that goes.
Are there other influencers who do what you do in terms of face shaving?
A couple. Yeah,
like
a couple.
people worth partnering with?
Yeah, I would say so.
That's always a good
for sure.
A good
yeah,
way.
Definitely.
Especially if you can give them like... So like in Europe, a real big way of getting... So, you know, here in New Zealand, like the brand deal's like, here's $1,500 or whatever, make a video. Heaps of people in Europe, here's 20% of sales. And they just do like, you think you can sell heaps? Sell it. We'll give you 20% cut. And the way it works, like, have you seen much of TikTok Shop? Yeah. So TikTok Shop has it built in. So as you buy in TikTok Shop, automatically 20% goes to the creator, 20% or whatever the fee is goes to TikTok, and then the rest goes to the company. So it's built into the app, just like Amazon.
Yeah. I've seen it, but I thought it wasn't available here.
Not in New Zealand, but where's your audience? How much is in the UK?
Oh, it's mainly the US actually.
Yeah, always mainly the US. But you must have a lot in the UK still.
Not as much.
Really? Interesting.
No. It's mainly like my top 3 is America, New Zealand, and...
Is New Zealand number 2?
Number 3. Number 3.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Second, it's some like Algeria or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, somewhere like that.
That's funny. Well, look, TikTok Shop is coming. UK, it's already there and launched. It's in parts of Asia, it's obviously already launched and stuff like that. So you can always tap into that earlier.
True.
I was talking to, we've got a partner agency that we do some stuff with in Scotland, and they're heavy on it. Like,
cool.
So they don't really do what we do, which is brand building. They do e-commerce style selling stuff on TikTok, and like he's like, it's so successful, Stan, that they went and ordered like 10,000 units or something of this like toothbrush for kids, which is literally like a squeezy bottle that you just like suck on sort of thing. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. But he's like, Stan, we paid like 30p for these. We'll sell them for like $10.
Yeah.
You'll go viral on a couple of videos and it'll take off. So I reckon like that's something to definitely look into. Like, how do you push it in those markets with TikTok Shop already? Because you already got native content to the platform. Yeah. In terms of the product itself, tell us about that journey of getting it developed, because I think that's interesting, because we did this with Lisa and it was real interesting to hear the product development space. Like, how did you start this process?
So my partner helps me. He's good with all that. I'm not like, I would say like in a business, I'm not like the business mind. I like know what I want to do, but I don't have, I don't know where to start basically. I have all the ideas.
You're 23, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So I just used Canva and I did like a rough thing. I'm like, this is how I want it to look. I showed it to him. He did it in Photoshop and he did it on a template, sent it off to the manufacturer, and then he'd just keep asking me, do you like this? You want me to change this? How's this? And then, I just got a whole bunch of face shaving samples. I've been using them and I'm like, I like this one, don't like that one. Yeah. And honestly, it's been pretty
What's
smooth.
the cost been? For samples and
my
stuff.
first sample was like $600.
And is that just for one? Or for a bunch of them? Like
it was like 15 individual face razors.
Are they disposable or are they?
Yeah.
Like, cool.
And then 2 boxes.
Yeah.
And then 1 insert to have how it will lay. So yeah, it was like $600.
Yeah. Okay. How much have you spent on it so far? Getting it like? Do you know? Couple grand?
Yeah, couple grand. Yeah, maybe like $1,000.
Yeah, cool. So not huge amounts, but still not nothing.
No,
not nothing for 23-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
Still significant.
Yeah, for sure.
And then in terms of like next steps, like have you found what it looks like? Are you happy with the product?
I have now? I know like this is exactly how I want it to look. I just want to make sure that last sample is like perfect.
Cool.
Yeah.
What was wrong out of interest?
I had the word eco-friendly on it, and I didn't agree with that because I'm like, they're disposable. It's made out of plastic. Why would I put eco-friendly on it? Just to be like in a trend of eco-friendly. I'm like, no, I don't need that on there. Wanted that gone. There was like an aura bit at the top. It was like 2 at the top. It looked like disconnected.
Okay.
It was little things like that. And I wanted instructions on the back of the box instead of inside the box because I thought if it was ever in a shop, I want people to be able to turn over and see how to use it.
Yeah, 100%. I love that thing about the eco thing because like it's in today's world, it's either you lean into it, you do it right, or you actually tell everyone you're not doing it because it can't. Yeah. Like we could do this if you want, but I'm going to charge you 10 times as much. So I have to find my place in it. Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting. So okay, so you're pretty close to it. Yeah. How do you see it rolling out? Just pushing it on your TikTok?
That's my marketing plan is just to do it like that. And then if that's, if it's working, then cool. If it doesn't, then I'll kind of go from there.
How do you see you rolling that out? Have you thought about that?
Not really, to be honest. I'm kind of going with the flow. Yeah. And I'm like, it'll come to me,
classic creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic creative.
But I think like I want to be able to ship it.
Yeah.
But then I'm stuck as like, do I want this to be worldwide? Do I want it just to be New Zealand, Australia? Like I don't really know. Yeah. I'm like confused.
Yeah. It is for you, it like we had this conversation even with Connor when he's doing his t-shirts and stuff, like the worldwide shipping thing is, especially for you, like you have to. Yeah. Because half your audience is well, I don't know what the actual percentage, but like so much of them are US, right? Yeah. But there are ways to get around it, right? Like, so you don't just have to ship it from here. You can get a drop shipping place out of the US. In fact, the smarter way to do it if you're going after US is how do you do it through Amazon? Yeah. Amazon Fulfill Center. Now, there's more cost to it, but distribution. Yeah. We were shown the example of that, was it Bless Your Fucking Gooch or whatever? Have you seen that one? EOS.
Oh, yeah.
Like the shampoo stuff where like that girl made a viral video about how she uses it to shave herself, and then it went viral. Yeah. And then like EOS jumped on it and like took her words that she did, was like your fucking gooch, like literally like, wrote on the bottle, made a whole new product, made a whole box, sent it to her. That went viral again. And then they went from ranked number 300,000 on Amazon as a product to 15,000 and sold just like tens of thousands of units because of these viral videos. So like, and what's good about it is that like through Amazon, they fulfill it all. Yeah, that's true. You don't have to do anything. You just push it. And your product is one of those products where like people have to continue to buy. Yeah, that's right. It's a consumable, right? So it becomes one of those things like your initial launch, people buy it. If they enjoy the product and it's what they do, they have to continue to buy it. That's and now you're the trusted person. Yeah. I would definitely look into Amazon. Yeah, I have thought about it. I have thought about keeping like half the stock there so that people from outside Australia, New Zealand can access it. Yeah. But then I'll do the rest. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, do your local New Zealand, Australia, potentially, there are some companies in New Zealand who do this for people. So they like, I don't know, they might have a fee to them and stuff, but like they're experts in it. They know how to set up Amazon properly, run appropriate Amazon ads and things to push your product. You're going in with a different proposition to most people because you're like, I don't know if I need to promote because I've got the promotion tool. I need help making sure I set it up right. Yeah. Like how to get the SEO right on Amazon, how to get this page set up properly, the mechanics of it, the actual fulfillment center process. Because there's cost to it. For sure. And if your stuff sits on a shelf too long, you either got to dispose of it or pay Amazon more money to hold it. Yeah, so that's right. you wouldn't start there.
No.
You would definitely just start here.
Yeah.
And then once you know that the volume's going, then you set up Amazon.
Yeah.
But there's also like 3PL shippers, like so third-party logistics. And there's heaps in the US so they're not quite Amazon, but they're like small little warehouses that you store stuff in.
Oh.
And then like an order comes through, if it's a US order or somewhere where they deliver to, it just goes straight to them. They fulfill it for you. So it's like Amazon.
Yeah, yeah.
Except it's not as good as Amazon, but it also doesn't cost the same as Amazon.
Right. I see.
So there's heaps of options for it. I think like if you would want to see how people react to it. How many people are actually going to buy it?
Yeah, definitely.
How do you get into like your comments? Like, are you like? I noticed that you're pretty responsive for a lot of them. Like, are you pretty good at that? Yeah,
I try, but then sometimes I get I'm like, I just can't be bothered.
Yeah.
And I know, like in my head, I'm like, I should be responding to this because it's going to keep it. But honestly, sometimes I just
So a thing about comments is that like on TikTok they're real hard because there's no way to automate them. There's no like Meta has a way better comments platform, and you can like get them into DMs and all this sort of stuff. But so it's a bit more work on TikTok. But like the comment section is a dead end for most people. They don't use them right.
Yep.
And we like talked about this the other day. Like as a way to activate comments is go. Like, for instance, you could do a competition that's something significant enough that people want to comment and be part of it, which could be as simple as like say win a lifetime supply, like because like realistically, what does that cost you?
Yeah.
If in the long run you got 1,000 sales out of it, like it's
true.
not like your cost of goods won't be that high once you start getting a lot of it, and you just give them a unique code that they can order a certain amount each year, like whatever. So but anyway, you do a competition at that level, and you say to everyone, put your email address in the comments, and we'll do a random thing, and someone will win this big prize. But now you've got like how many did you get the other day? How many comments? 1,200 people wanting to enter a draw. He did it, so they've just commented. Yeah. But I said to him, go back and ask each of them for their email address to put you into the draw, which is a lot of work. And he does.
Fucked up the way I did it.
Yeah, but that's okay. Like it was learning, it was fine. He can still activate it. It's just more work to activate it.
Definitely.
Whereas if you say put it in, put your email in the comments. Yeah. And then you can just get someone to do it, or just pass it off to your boyfriend to do. Just like get all those emails. Yeah. 1,200 people on an email distribution list who are all now interested in your product. Yeah. And then you send them a code to go, hey, here's 20% off your first order for launch. True. But it's only active. It's only valid until this date.
This date, right? Yeah.
It's only valid until 2 days after launch. Now they've got scarcity because they're like, fuck. Yeah. Do I have to do it? And it might be more than 20%. Like you might realize your margin is like 80% on this product or whatever. So you give 40% off. Yeah. Because you can for the first round, right? Because it's all about pushing. It's all about like, can we make our money back for the first 3,500? Right?
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like, what do I need to do to get that? Push them. Because like your disposable product, like you get them using it. Yeah. Then they have to buy again. That's right. Yeah. Into the future. For sure. So you could do something like that for launch. Those are real successful. That is good, yeah. They like, we talked about that even with Connor, like about clothing lines. Like how do you do the thing before you pay the bill? Yeah. So before you order the 3,500, you do it so you got the money to buy the 3,500. Yeah. I don't know when you have to pay for that bill if you already have, but but that's another way too. Is like how do you get money out of your audience first to do it? And now some people might think it's a bit dodgy, but like Gymshark does it all the time. Yeah. They always go out with a sale, or like I heard there's a crop shop boutique, Rachel Dillon. Do you know her? She's like woman's bikini model of the year, like 4 years in a row. Aussie girl, amazing. Like her business is epic. Like, massive. Heaps of people. Has her own software development team. She's a fitness influencer.
Oh, okay.
Has a software development team, like crazy. But they did a launch the other day where they had limited supply in a new drop. Sold out. All of the stuff, as it does, right? Those sorts of brands. But then they're like, oh, look, so many people you missed out. We're going to do an open order, like a limited run. Yeah. But you won't get it for 6 to 8 weeks because we haven't got them. We'll go get them produced. But like, they just have it open. They can take unlimited orders, right? Because at that point, it doesn't matter. Everyone that orders, you order that many.
That's right.
So how do you do stuff like that for launch? Yeah. Because it takes risk away.
It does, yeah, that's true. Because I know, like, with our order, we can pay 50% of it in the beginning, and then and then we have to pay the 50% like when it's done. I think
when it's delivered.
Something. Again, I don't really know the logistics behind it, but I know that there's something like that we can do. Yeah.
So, like, how far away do you think you are from launching?
I would say maybe like 2 months.
Okay, so like start it now.
Yeah.
Just start it now. Have you told, apart from that one video I've watched, which was months ago, how much more have you done? In terms of launching it?
I did like just one thing on Instagram, not much.
Was it just that? Was it on Instagram? I saw your video.
No, I've done a couple on TikTok. I think I've done like 3.
Yeah.
But then I like wanted to stop it because I was like, I feel like I'm putting this content out there, but there's no product to buy at the moment. So I'm like, I want to kind of hold off a little bit, and then once I know it's coming, then I'll start doing it again.
Tell the journey.
Yeah.
You've earned the respect of your audience to be able to tell them the journey.
Yeah.
You know, right? Like you've got a really engaged audience. So like you have the right to be able to tell them stories that aren't necessarily makeup tutorials or whatever. Yeah,
definitely.
But like tell them that, because like I always go back to the Linus Tech Tips example, which every single person I interview has no idea who Linus Tech Tips are. But they got like 25 million followers, right? They do PC, they're PC geeks and nerds, right? And they built a bag, a backpack, and a screwdriver. And for their audience, like it made sense because the backpack's like when you're taking your tech gear around, and then the screwdriver was for like when you're building computers or whatever, right? Yeah. So they're specific to their audience, but also they are products they spent 3 years building. Right. And they wanted to get them right. They always kept sending them back, getting them perfect and whatever, right? And these, if you go to ATTstore.com, that top one, screwdriver, that top one, they want to get them perfect, right? So it's $70 US. So what's that, $100 or something? And if you scroll down, I don't know if it's still up here, but they had like their launch. Oh no, they've taken it away. They had like their launch rounds. Anyway, they sold like 70,000 units.
Screwdriver.
A screwdriver. I bought one, and I bought the bag because I was so invested in their story of what they did. Yeah. And he didn't. It wasn't every other video. It was like every once in a while he'd do it. Yeah. And he built up enough equity with me that I was like, no, like I love your content. I love what you're doing. I don't need a screwdriver. I make fucking TikToks for a living. Yeah. But I'm gonna buy it. Yeah. Because I'm gonna support you and your channel. Yeah. So, you know, in your world, you might not get as many people buy it because, like, if I'm not going to shave my face, there's no point in me buying it. Yeah. But I might buy it as a gift for someone else that I know who doesn't know, who like it or whatever. And I might just literally do it just to support you.
Yeah, that's right. I have been like capturing little behind the scene bits, and like when I got my first sample, I did my reaction and stuff. Yeah. So I slowly want to put out like a kind of like build the brand with me. Yeah. Because I also am doing the same thing because I want to get a makeup studio. Cool. So I'm kind of doing like the come with me on the journey to find like.
Why haven't you started putting out?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you should. Like, I think like if anything, like if you think of Connor's one when he did his, like it's been really successful what he's done with his launch of his Plaza. But I think it would have been only better if he had started it earlier because he's had to retell the stories of what it is. But you see a lot of people doing that come with me for this journey, right? Yeah. But what people don't realize is it takes ages for people to make a buying decision. They don't make a buying decision of a whim. Yeah, like, true. Like you're going to have to show them this journey for 3 or 4 months before majority of them buy. Yeah. So why not just like build hype the whole time? True. Yeah, like this is the Plaza's one. So he's like started this 50 something days ago, and he's got like 11,000 followers now after 50 something posts he's been putting out, and they're getting good views and stuff. Like ever since the beginning, it's been taken off. But like, how many sales have you done now? Like proper sales through here, like
about 20.
Yeah, so not a lot, not as much as people might think. Yeah, he's done more, and he's got a whole strategy. So it's actually been going really well for him. But that 20 over 6 weeks is actually really good. Like the next 6 weeks, if he had more product, he'd probably do 50. Yeah. The same time frame, but do 2 or 3 times as much. Then the second set, he might do 500. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right, like that's how it goes. Yeah, because it takes people ages to make buying decisions. Yeah. So and it was the same when we took to Lisa. It's like on her launch, she did like 40 sales. And for her it was massive. It was awesome. And it is awesome because it's hard. Yeah. But what if you just delay that? What if you tell a really good story for a long period of time until people are like hyped up to go and take my money?
Yeah, definitely.
That's what Lions Tech Tips did, and literally overnight 70,000. I mean, I get it. They're at 20. Oh well, actually, their main channel's only 15 million followers. Still heat, only 15. But like 70,000 is excessive.
Yeah.
But they told that story for 3 years. For 3 years.
That's insane,
right? And that's why like we're all hyped by the time he did it. It was like, finally it's here.
Yeah,
and then it still took me 3 months to get it.
Really?
Yeah. Because like they did waves of production. They did 15,000 units at a time. And I got into the 4th wave. So I had to wait for them to produce mine.
It's interesting because I'm someone who also buys into someone's story. Like even if I'm not going to, I think I bought a book from someone, but I just liked their content. The book just sits on my side table. I don't even use it, but you are right. I should think about like how I consume products as well.
100%. We all like, especially in this influencer world, like we always buy products because we trust people. We love their story.
Definitely.
We want to support. Like, how many people really just love your story and want you to succeed? You can tell in the comments there's people who just love you for you being you. Yeah,
for sure.
I feel like this is the guys trying to tell me to get onto the topic of YouTube. But actually, that is kind of a good segue because, so business-wise, launch strategy, right? Yeah. Is that the long-term goal to build your wealth and brand and thing, is create this product, or what other ideas have you got?
Well, yes, because I feel like that product is something I'll use for the rest of my life. So I think it's a good first product for me. Yeah. But I want to do makeup full time. Yeah. Basically. Yeah. So I would like to build a brand on the side. Yeah. Haven't thought of another product that I want to do as of yet, but like I want to do makeup. Yeah. Cool. Like be a makeup artist full time. Cool. Basically, that's like how I see, and then do this all on the side. Basically, like kind of like take people on my journey of becoming like a full time makeup artist. In terms of makeup artists, that actually leads into this nicely. Like, what about being a makeup artist do you love and do you want to continue? I think it's like I don't like doing big photo shoots or anything like that. I like helping like average Joe, I guess. Yeah. I like more like that type of client. Like they're going to the ball, they have their 21st. Love it. I like that sort of makeup, I guess. So it's just helping people, making them feel like confident for like a night or whatever. Yeah. And so like the real money in there isn't the doing the makeup. No. Because that's like, what does that really generate? You're essentially now on like paying for time and stuff, right? Yeah. Like you can pay for time, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's why it leads in nicely to here, because that's where you make your money, right? Yeah. You make your money by documenting those things, the real good ones. Yeah, that's right. So tell me then, we're a year ago. Yeah. What happened? Oh, YouTube is so much. Like it's like you've got to like edit. It's obviously excuses, and I know it's excuses, but it was a lot. But I do want to start doing it again. I actually have no reason why I stopped. I don't know, actually, I started doing TikTok and then I stopped because I was like, just doing like the daily vlogs on there was so much easier for me than like sitting down, editing, making this thumbnail, doing all this. It was doing the most. The vlog on YouTube is like for you to, I in my opinion, I don't know how right I am, but like the daily vlog thing on TikTok is so much easier and more consumable by people. That you have to be exceptional on YouTube to make it count. Oh, for sure. Exceptional. Like, and if you're not Casey Neistat, like, don't even try. Like, you know? Yeah. But what could you do? What could you change it to rather than vlogs? Like, how do you make this something that people do want to consume with what you do? I have no clue. I feel like you've already got the answer. Like, I feel like you go and put the call out to your audience in New Zealand and you say, hey, I heard it's ball season coming up or it's wedding season. True. Like, anyone keen to like have me do their makeup? I'll film, but I'm going to film the whole shit. Yeah. And then you just film it and make a vlog, like not a vlog, but like you make a story about this person's ball or like their wedding and why they couldn't afford to get a really cool makeup artist. And you coming along and like, or like tag someone who you know is getting married who would really love this. Let's tee up and give them a surprise. You know what I mean? And then you do like, what's that guy's name? Zach. Oh, he's been all over my
TikTok.
Yeah.
Zachary, whatever his name is, who
Don't know, but
does the coolest shit giveaways to people.
Yeah, definitely.
That guy's outrageous. He's like 16 million on TikTok, right?
He's insane.
But you could do like a YouTube version of it, which is like a deep dive story into the person and why it's been so helpful for them, or just why things have been struggling for them and why they needed support. And come on, the world we live in right now, like how many people in Auckland are struggling right now. So like you could do a lot of good for people.
For sure.
And you know, like we had this conversation with Judy Gow too, like with dresses, like making people feel special, like lifts their mood so much and allows them to do more things and like take control of their life, I guess.
For sure.
So like, you could do that on YouTube. That would go viral overnight. Because that, like, no offense, but like, YouTube doesn't give a fuck about your vlogmas.
No.
And you can see it. And the only reason they don't is because YouTube doesn't know you.
Yeah, that's right.
TikTok knows you.
Yeah.
Fine. Care about you.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of TikTokers try to do this. Me included, we put our daily vlogs there. We stopped it because we're like, no one gives a fuck about me.
Yeah. I think that's probably why I stopped, because I'm like, there's so much effort for like, it's not even, I'd rather just make the 3-minute video and just do that.
Yeah.
And then I don't mind the shorts though, because I just use my TikToks and just put it on there.
Yeah. Can we go to the shorts tab? So what's the strategy for shorts?
There's no strategy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Scroll down a bit.
There's nothing.
Can we scroll down a little?
Yeah.
So when were these posted?
Ages ago.
Yeah.
Ages ago.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I think like with YouTube, so like we've tried YouTube. YouTube's fucking hard.
It is.
Like it's so hard. We actually went and employed a dude to come in to help us with our YouTube moving forward.
Yeah.
We just don't have the time and attention to focus on it.
Yeah.
Ash is driving it, but like there's another guy, Josh, who's coming in, who's built it. He understands the platform, he gets it inside out. We know how to make videos, but we just can't be fucked like coming up with ideas and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard. We get it.
Yeah.
But like for you, I think it's like just a no-brainer. You want to have your own beauty studio, makeup studio.
Yep.
You want a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if I want the YouTube channel, to be honest.
You want a marketing strategy.
Yeah, yeah.
People buy stuff from YouTube people
True.
way more than they buy from TikTok people. We all know that. Like that's why like there's creators I watch who get paid $30,000 for a Skillshare ad.
Yeah.
You're not getting that on TikTok, bro. You can have 20 million followers. You're not getting that on TikTok. No one's going to give you 30 grand.
No, not at all.
On TikTok, but at YouTube they will. And the reason being is because the behavior of people on YouTube means they purchase more. They're more, the community's way stronger. TikTok might eventually get there. It's not there yet.
Yeah.
But like, and it might be hard for you to create one of these things, but like, have you heard of Mark Roper?
No.
Mark Roper. Can we go to Mark Roper? Mark Roper is one of the highest average views of any YouTube account ever.
Damn.
Yeah, Mark Roper. Sorry, Roper. Yeah, I'm really good. Yeah. 24 million subscribers, one video a month.
A month? Fuck.
And if you go to videos, look at these videos, 20 million, 15. This is in order, latest. Yeah. So this is just in order. 20, 15, 29, 40, 21, 47.
Squirrel maze.
If you go home and go like, just hit popular. Sorry. Videos and popular. Oh, they've changed that. That's cool. Hit popular. 129 million, 127 million, 111 million, 109. One a month. He does big stories. One a month.
Right, but one a month.
Like as if you can't do one beauty makeup studio.
Yeah, no,
video.
I can.
12 minutes. Like what are these? Like 12 minutes, 10 minutes, 20. Some are 20, but 8 minutes. 8-minute video.
Yeah, even I want to watch some of these. I'm like, testing if sharks can.
These are epic. Yeah. He is one of the coolest channels. And he targets kids.
Yeah.
A lot of like young people.
Yeah.
Real Mr. Beast-ish style stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He's not quite like Mr. Beast in his storytelling. It's very different. But in terms of like, he understands the child audience on YouTube's very strong.
True.
And fuck, he's got ads on their YouTube. What is this? Fuck. But like, it's just epic. So like, you could tell these sort of cool stories.
Yeah, for sure.
What stops you? Effort.
Yeah, time. Not even time, because I have time, but I just I don't know. I mean, I have no
desire.
excuse. Yeah.
Not enough desire to make you do it. Yeah, makes sense. What about like what about if you launch and it goes well? Why not reinvest?
Yeah.
Have you thought about that, or no? You just want to pocket or buy a house? Nah,
I'm not.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, but like seriously, what if you $3,500? What if you sold out in the first month? What do you think you'd do? What's the next steps? Obviously, order more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go on like some pre-order thing or something, but.
Do you think just scale that business continue?
I think so. Like I haven't even thought about it.
Yeah, this is why we
probably not
deep
good.
dive.
Yeah, it's probably not good, but
this is why you're on the podcast.
Yeah.
My thoughts would be that you like that business is different to this business, but you've already highlighted that you want a makeup studio.
Yeah.
You've got too much of a brand to just have a little makeup studio that just employs 1 or 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, makeup studios are like, unless you franchise, which you could, that's an option.
Yeah.
But unless you franchise, they're designed to stay small. As soon as a makeup studio becomes like 100 people, like you don't get those, right? Where are they?
Yeah.
Like, even like when you look at like Sephora or Mecca and stuff where people come in, even that seems to commercialize for what you're probably wanting to create, 100%,
right? Yeah.
So they're designed to be small and niche, which means that they have earning capacity issues, which is fine. Not everyone has to be a bajillionaire.
Yeah.
But like you could do that because you just said, I don't really want to do the big fashion shows. I don't want to do that. I want to do people who like really want want something from it.
Yeah.
And we said that to Judy, like, could you get a sponsor to sponsor the production? Like, could you get a makeup brand? I don't know what they are. So whatever. A makeup brand that you love.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, give me $30,000.
Yeah.
That's going to pay for a production team to come in and develop this story around this person. And I'm going to then take that person and do this whole thing. They're going to get all your makeup. You're all over it. And then that affords you to have someone help do your YouTube channel.
True. That is true. I feel like with the makeup studio, I want it more than just a makeup studio as well, because I do brows as well, like waxing and stuff. Yeah. So like I want it to do that, but then I also want to like be able to rent chairs out to other freelance makeup artists that don't want to work out of their house, because that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment, and I want to take it away from the house because I have no work-life balance basically.
Yeah, of course.
So I want to do that, but then I also, with that space, because I work at Sephora 3 days a week, so I'm not going to be at the studio 7 days a week. I want to make it really aesthetic looking and all that stuff, and then I want to rent it out for like content creators. If they want to go shoot their content, photo shoots, all that stuff. So it's making money while I don't have to be there. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. And look, there's nothing wrong with those ideas. Those are all good and valid. I would assume that if you were able to launch a studio, you'd probably have to quit Sephora. Yeah. Because, I mean, how much money is it going to cost to invest to set up a studio?
a lot.
Yeah, more than what Sephora's going to pay you.
Sephora literally just pays my bills.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so you'll need to, before you go and spend all that money to go and set something out, you'd have to be confident that that's going to make a return. Yeah. Like you don't want to go work for Sephora and try to run a business, like a proper business on the side. Like when I say proper business, like you got overheads. Yeah. You got to pay rent. Yeah. Or like staffing, you might have cleaner. Like who knows, right? Like whatever that stock. So there's nothing wrong with having like, how do I maximize my return on that space? Like how do I get other chairs in for other people? How do I make content studios? What people, where people sometimes go wrong here is that I could do all this cool stuff, which adds overheads, which means you have to do more sales, which means you're a slave for it a lot longer. Yeah. Whereas like where you should really start is go, how small of a space can I get to start? Yeah. Take a short-term lease on it, build that. So, okay, cool. We're at capacity. This revenue can support, you know, because then you could do that 2 days a week. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. 3 days Sephora, 3 days that or whatever. Yeah. Because it's like $8,000 a year in rent. Yeah. So it's like it's still $8,000, but like it's we pay more than that a month, right? And like, and if you're wanting a retail store, like you're probably on a main street, or you're probably you know, so then the rent goes up through the roof even further. For sure. Whereas like just getting like enough space for you to make content yourself and do makeup, like start there. Yeah, that's definitely the goal, and I kind of want to do that like and this build. Year. Yeah, you can do it pretty affordably actually. Like you can get small spaces, like not everywhere, but you know, funnily enough, you can only really get small spaces in the city. Yeah. You can't get small spaces in suburbia. Yeah. Because they just don't do it. They don't. No. And because I'm based on the North Shore. Yeah. So I wanted it more local there.
but it's like
you have to
can't
go
get anything.
The only really way you can do it is like going to an old strip mall sort of places, like where, like, you know, the places where you find like the bakeries and stuff.
Yeah.
And finding someone who's like going to sublet a little room.
Yeah.
And then you jazz that room up real cool.
Yeah.
You're never going to go to like one of the nicer places or new development. They just don't do small rentals.
For sure.
New Zealand's real funny like that. Like, you see all these new restaurants that are like 200-seat restaurants. It's like, mate, you're going to do like 20 people tonight.
Yeah.
Like, get a smaller restaurant and just capitalize it.
Sure.
So I would definitely start small if I was you.
Yeah.
Like, don't, like, all those cool dreams that you've got, like, do it slowly. Like,
I
think there was one thing with this space that we did. Like, the rent was so low here. Oh, I shouldn't say so low, but like relative to what other offices in Auckland are, the rent was stupidly cheap. But like the cost of fit out, the cost of maintaining this place, all the other crap that goes in here, like putting lights in, putting fucking cameras, the staff it takes to operate this place. Like those costs we didn't really, like, that was probably a mistake by me. Like, we didn't, and like for ages, or even now, we're probably not maximizing the space. Like, we're probably just using it. It's probably comfortable now.
Right. I see.
And I had this idea of like, oh, I could rent the space out and all this stuff. But then I realized that like renting the space out, I'm losing money because every time someone rents it, I can't put one of our more expensive full service clients in who are more valuable to us. So you might like rent out something, but then like a content share, but then you can't do something. And you know, like it starts to like, and then you start going, oh, I don't want to take too many then. And then it defeats the purpose of the first point that you did it from. Like I can't remember the last time we had just a studio booking. So I just stopped advertising. I stopped pushing it out. I was like, man. And the first month we did it, we did like 10K in sales, so it was great. I was like, yeah, fantastic. Paid the rent. But now I'm like, it gets in the way. I don't want to be back here. Like, one of them, I had to be coming at 1 a.m. Like, I fell asleep when the client was like shooting this thing, and he like finished up, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm here. It was like, because he had to do a late night filming. So anyway, we're getting off topic now. So cool. I don't know if we really gave you any real ideas. We just kind of went real around in circles. But what I do like about it is that the thing I like the most about talking to you, which is actually reminds me a lot of Lisa, is that Lisa's probably a little bit further because she's had more experiences, right? Like, she's my age, or she's a little bit younger than me actually, but so she has a bit more ideas. But like, you built a product that you wanted. That's the coolest thing about it, and I think that's a real good lesson for people, because like, how many people go, oh, let's make a course, or you know, let's do this thing, or let's, and it's like, you wouldn't pay for that. But you actually do, like, you're essentially like making a product so other people can pay for you to have face shavers. I mean, it's not that, but you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what it is. So that's pretty cool. But my advice is definitely start telling your journey. Don't think launch day is sale day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, launch day is like, you got to get into it. Like, just start telling the story. Even on your Instagram, which isn't as big an audience, but like, you know, Instagram's different, right? Like, people,
Instagram is
it's kind of annoying too, because like, Instagram is like, you can do more with Instagram and engage people more, even if they don't engage as much, if that makes sense. It's more solid,
for sure. It feels more New Zealand.
For sure.
Instagram, like people from high school and stuff.
So I reckon you should definitely start to push that. I do think you should look at like, how do you get YouTube going?
I will. I actually will.
I think you should look at that idea. Like, that's just one idea, but like, don't ever, like, I always say, like, we do this with Joni a lot. It's like, don't take the first idea. Like, because my mind's like stupid. It just like, ideas spill out of it all day. But what you do is you go home with that concept and you sit with your partner or whoever's your trusted people around you, and you just go broader. Okay, cool. That was one idea. What else could we do? What are other trends and styles? What's the rest of culture of YouTube like? What are other makeup artists doing? What are other people in the beauty industry doing? And go real wide until one thing you do goes, oh man, I love that idea. I'd be so cool if we could do that. And then you go to Tony and you say, Tony, I need a deal. I need you to find me a deal to sponsor this.
Right. True.
I mean, he's going to get a big payday.
He's going to,
right? Like, it's worth his shot. Like, how do we broker a deal? He's a smart guy. Tony's clever. He knows what he's doing. He'll figure it out for you.
For sure.
That's what I would do. Get someone to pay for your production on YouTube. Well, like editing an 8-minute vlog, like an 8-minute video, like Mark Rober.
Yeah.
Well, how long do you reckon that is in terms of workload? Like 40, 60 hours?
Depends on how intense it is. I don't know.
Anywhere from 40 to 80 that way. 1 to 2 weeks.
You could spend a whole week doing it.
Yeah, you could spend a whole week easy.
Yeah.
So that could be like $4 or $5 grand in terms of post-production cost. And then whatever the actual production costs, you and your partner could probably film it to start with. But like, you could probably get a 5K sponsor, right? Like Tony could probably find, like I said 30K, but that's pretty outrageous. You might eventually, but Tony could probably find a 5K sponsor from a makeup person. Like, I'm not sure how much your brand deals have been. I know you probably don't get 5K for one video very often, if that much, but like, but it's not one video. Because what you could say to them is like, look, you're going to get 5 TikToks plus a YouTube clip.
True.
Right? Because you can make shorts of
definitely
all the things.
Yeah.
And now you've got someone to do all your post-production. And actually, we know a guy who can do your thumbnails and stuff. The guy we just hired, I can just get him on board. You can just go talk to him. But like, you know what I mean? There's people who can help you. Like, a lot of the people go, I don't have time. Well, I don't want to spend my time I do have on this.
Yeah.
But if you find the idea you like and you go and film it all, and then you just have a sponsor who's going to pay the bill of the guy to post-produce.
For sure. I guess that's why I was stopped, because I wasn't having fun doing these videos. It was just like, it's just putting it out. But it wasn't like filling my cup or anything. Yeah.
So why don't you, I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But if you actually did want to look at YouTube, like take the idea I had, go sit with your partner and be like, okay, here's one. Yeah. Let's go real wide. Yeah. And like this is like probably the most fun actually I have working with Joni is like, she'll come in on a Sunday for like 1NZ brainstorming. And might be me, her, and Nate, and that's all we do. And like in the blink of an eye, 4 hours has gone past. Yeah, that's when you know you've had fun. Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, it's still work, but like when you get on the flow, and then we'll come up with like a 6-week strategy for one. Like I think it was 20 videos that we designed in that time. Jesus. Yeah, but like the way to do that is to go wide. Yeah. Not to go, Stan said this idea. How do we do that? Yeah. Just go real wide, and then what happens when you go real wide? All the like connections start to happen. Yeah. And then someone will say something, and that'll spur someone else on, and then it gets into the snowball where like, fuck, we got the idea. Yeah, there got it is. Yeah. And now you're keen as on doing it. Yeah, and I'm like, and then you go to and then you put a brief together, and you go to Tony, and you go, give me a sponsor. Yeah. Do your job, Tony. Tony, do your job. Nah. He's smart. Yeah. Tony knows what he's doing. He's a good guy. And I think if you can come up with a pitch to a couple brands, like if you're helping support him do it, like definitely. Yeah, anyway. I don't see why not. Anyway, any last questions before we go?
Okay, I have one question. Good. Yeah, I do have a question. Good, I'm glad. Because I was thinking about it. I was like, what am I going to ask him? Because, you obviously are on a successful business and all that stuff. So, like, I'm working at Sephora. Yep. But I'm freelancing as well, like all of my days off. Mm-hmm. Plus, I do social media. Mm-hmm. I want to leave Sephora, basically. Yep. Because I want to work for myself. Like, basically, me working at Sephora, I can't work with a lot of brands. Yep. So, it's kind of cutting money there. So I know I can make a lot more money, but because I'm at Sephora, because it's consistent and it pays my bills. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to ask, like, what is your advice on that for something like that? Yeah,
it's a real hard question because it's so dependent on you. Yeah. My first question back to you is like, if you took Sephora's salary away, how much in the hole are you each week, month? Do you know? Like, as in, how much are you short on paying your bills?
Right. Well, like when my bills every fortnight is like $700.
And so outside, if you take Sephora's revenue away and you just average out the revenue you've earned from everything else over that time, how much more do you still need?
It would actually cover it. I don't actually. No, wait. It would. So like quit. Social media and freelancing, I can pay my bills.
So the reason I asked that question is I actually didn't think it would be. I thought there might be a gap, and then it would be like, okay, well, that's the thing you need to first do. Yeah. And I'd say that to everyone. If there's a gap, you need to fill it. Yeah. Life's too hard at the moment. We're in a downturn of a recession. There's some of us who are doing well, but like we spent 3 years building brand to do that, and we go out and we go hard after shit. But if you are deciding, do I keep this job or not, and go all in, and you've got commitments and responsibilities,
Yep.
you need to make sure you've got some way of covering it, right?
Of course.
So there's a girl in Melbourne I know, Beck, and she follows our stuff. She's real cool.
Mm.
She has gone all out on her own. She's 21, has her own little social media agency. She bought a house when she was 19, like gun.
Yeah.
But her thing is like, Stan, I can't grow my business fast because I'm not that good at selling. I'm young. I'm struggling, but I don't care. I'm going to drive Uber when I need it.
Yeah.
She knows I turn on Uber for a lunch run. I can make $200. You know, she's like, fine. Yeah, there's some cost for petrol and maintenance and stuff, but she knows. So she's got fail safes.
Yeah.
So she knows when shit hits the fan and I need some money, I'm going to go do Uber for a lunch run. I do that 5 days a week. I may just make $1,000. Right. Yeah. Now, not everyone wants to do Uber because it's beneath them or whatever it might be or whatever. But for you, in your circumstance, it's like, well, fuck, actually, I could probably cover it.
Yeah.
But there might be, it's going to be a cash flow problem.
Yeah, I think it's like the reason why I'm holding on to Sephora is because it's consistent every 2 weeks. Yeah. Whereas social media, you don't get paid till like.
Exactly.
Like,
it
God
could be
knows.
6 weeks after, 8 weeks
right.
after. So my advice then is build a runway. So before you quit.
Yeah.
Save, hard save, and just like sacrifice some personal stuff for 2 months. Get 2 months of runway, which means I've got cash flow in the bank to pay bills for 2 months if my other things don't succeed. Yeah. You'll never touch that.
Yeah.
Because you've done this on the side. Moment your mindset goes all in, what do? You hustle. Yeah. You'll do it. Yeah. You've hustled it while you're working at Sephora. Of course you're going to hustle it when you're not. Yeah. Like the freelance stuff. What's freelancing for you? Like what sort of freelance?
Like the makeup freelance.
Yeah. Okay, so makeup freelancer, right? So do you think there's more capacity to grow the freelance stuff if you needed to? Okay, so you already know if you go all in, you can do it. You might not get more brand deals overnight because that doesn't happen like that. Yeah. And who cares? They pay you 2 months later. So it's not, it's a long-term build.
Definitely.
But you can do freelance makeup and you know you can do more of it. Yeah. You know that if you had 2 months runway, it would give you the confidence to go, actually, I can keep this up. Yeah. So I would just go, do I have enough in my savings to give me 2 months of runway? Yeah. And if I do quit, you only have to. It's what we did. So when I had 2 years of runway. Yeah. But look, I was at a different stage of my life. I was a GM of hotels, right? Like I had a much different career to where you are. And I was 7-8 years ahead of you in life. So I had a pretty good amount of savings. Yeah. I also moved back to New Zealand to live with family for rent free, so that saved me a lot as well. And we did that on purpose because we wanted our money to last longer. Yeah. So we gave ourselves 2 years to make $1, our first $1. That was our goal. Now we moved here in October 2019. We made our first $1 by January. It was like $2,500 that someone signed a deal with us. Then we made another deal. It was like $9,000 in February, start of Feb. And then we didn't do another sale until May 11th, 2020, because lockdowns hit, all that stuff happened, right? Yeah. But the reason I tell that story is that all that 6 months leading up to lockdown, we went hard.
True.
Like every single day I was networking with people, I was building brand, I was making content, I was doing, like, I'm not even good at making content. Like that's why I hire these guys. Like I suck at it, but like I knew to do it. Yeah. And I just kept pushing stuff out, kept meeting people. And then from May 11th, it just snowballed. Like May 11th, 2020, it was just me and my mate's spare bedroom doing stuff. And then you fast forward to May 2021, and there was 5 of us, and I put a job ad out to hire 2 more. And then you fast forward to May 2022, and it was when you started, eh? So it was like, so I think there was like 12 by that stage, 13. I think we were at 14 at that point. We did a big hire. Not everyone stayed around. There was a bit of changes. But that exponential growth happened because we just went all in. Yeah.
And I know if I like had more like energy just to do that, it could do well. Yeah. It's just like I have time, and I have reduced from being full time to the 3 days a week. Yeah. But I still feel like a bit wrecked after.
How's your savings?
It's all right. Like it's not.
Do you reckon you got 2 months of runway, or at least
yeah.
Do it. Just do it. You're obviously talented and know what you're doing, and you got a good head on your shoulders. There's no you're 23. Yeah. If it all fucks up when you're 24, go get another job.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You got no kids, eh?
No. Yeah. I guess I have nothing to lose. I live with my partner's parents.
I'll give you a piece of paper to write your resignation on the way out. just do it. Just do it. Just no, honestly, just quit. Like, if you really want it, quit. Sorry, Sephora, but like, if you really do want it, just quit. If you don't and you're scared, then don't quit. But don't ask for the things that come from quitting. Don't dwell on it. Just be like, nah, I'm not ready to do it. I don't have the psychological safety inside myself to be comfortable doing quitting. So that's a big step, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
So I don't feel comfortable doing that. So therefore, I'm going to stick this out for a little bit longer as I build resilience. Fine, get it. Not everyone has the resilience and the psychological strength to be able to do stuff like that. I was 30 before I could do it. Right? So me telling you to do it at 23 is a bit rich. But if you do, if you're like, nah, I can do this, because you've got a brand. I quit with 0 followers everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you work out a brand, like, that's it, man. Like, you go for it. Fuck, man, you'll crack it. You'll crack it because, like, you've already shown you can create content, and that's the hardest thing as part of, like, growing stuff. Like, if you tell the like, your quitting video, fuck, that's gonna go off.
Oh, I have like dreams about the video I'd make when I like leave. Like, get rid of me for my last day at Sephora.
We have to probably like save this cut for after she quits, because Sephora might be like, hey, I heard you're quitting. I heard you're quitting.
Yeah.
We might just keep this on the podcast, but no one watches. But we'll save it till she quits, and we'll like stitch your video to be like, we knew. We fucking knew.
Yeah, for sure. Because I make a lot of content for Sephora.
Yeah, no, I've seen.
Fuck, I get nothing for that.
But that's not on them. That's on you.
Yeah.
And you know that. That's why you do it. Nah, like, if you psychologically you feel safe enough to do it, and you obviously got a pretty supportive partner in this whole process, so that helps massively.
Definitely, for
Just
sure.
quit. Just quit.
Just quit.
Quit your job. Just fucking quit. Especially when you're 23.
Yeah.
Like, I would never have told Lisa to do this.
Yeah.
She's got kids to feed. You know, she's got mortgages to pay.
Yeah.
Like,
don't have any of
get
that.
to work.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I got an announcement then after this feast stand.
Good.
Okay.
Good. And look, I even tell my stuff, like, hey, go for it. Like, you're not, these guys aren't going to work here forever.
Yeah.
Ash tries to say she is, and it's like, well, actually, like, I respect you less because you have more ambition in life. Like, and that's kind of my view on things, right? Like, you're young, you got heaps going for you.
Yep.
You can take big risks.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to happen. You live in New Zealand. Like,
yeah, it's true.
you know what I mean? You live in New Zealand. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? Go on the dole. Go on the fucking dole. Like, the dole in New Zealand is fire. Like, just go on the dole. Nah, trust me.
Yeah.
Once you are at a point where psychologically you feel safe, you can do that. Don't do it before that, because you'll cry all day like Joni does. Just like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Once that, and talk with your partner about it a lot. Like, and I know once like someone plants that seed in your head, like, what happens is you figure out how to solve that faster.
Yeah.
So like us moving to New York, I mean, I've already, like, my post today was already about how do we bring that timeline forward 7 months? Because now I'm like, it's too far away. I want it now. I want it now.
Yeah.
So if you start going, oh yeah, I'm going to do it in a year, and you'll talk about it, then like a month later you'll be like, nah, I want to do it in a month.
Yeah.
Just,
I'm very like two minds. Like, part of me is like, I'll just do it. Like, you have nothing to lose, really. But then part of me is like, like, I'm just scared, I guess.
That's the bit I'm talking about, the psychological safety part. Like, it's a lot to quit and throw your life in for an idea. My only advice there is that you're so young and talented, you can find a job tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, like, seriously, it's not that hard. Like,
I could probably go back to Sephora, I guess, if I leave on a good.
Yeah, one of them will pick you up. One of them will pick you up.
That's true, yeah.
They're getting you for fuck all. Like, you think about how much you get paid as a wage.
Oh.
You're getting fuck all. Anyway, we're getting told to shut up. The guys they want lunch. So, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I hope it was somewhat useful for you. It was useful for us. But otherwise, we'll catch you next time.